Hi, I'm Naomi Olutayo, and I partner with women to fully actualize their brands to mirror the highest vision that God has given them with the power of brand strategy. And today, I want to talk to you about your inner world and your business. If you read the title, you know that your business is you pushed out. If you watched my last video where I talked about how your attachment styles affect your business, then you will really know that your business is you pushed out. Your business is an entity. Your brand is an entity. They exist, but largely in the mind and on paper. It's not real. It's not like I can walk up to it and say hi, like as if I'm talking to a person. Your brand, for one, exists entirely in the minds of your target customer. They're the ones who decide who your brand is. You can only influence that perception through brand strategy. Your business is a legal entity registered with your state or country or wherever you are. And it can have buildings, employees, products, everything. But it's not like a thing, you know what I mean? And even before it became a thing that you could track and register, it was an idea in your mind. Whether that was an idea for a product, whether that was an idea for your business name, it did not exist out here. It existed in here. So as you were taking this vision for your business and transmuting it out of you to exist in the fullness of what it is today, it had to go through some filters. It went through the filters of your belief systems, your energy, your desires, your personality, and your character. And how you build your business, and how you run your business, and the decisions that you make for your business, your creative direction for your brand, all of those things are filtered through those filters. They're dependent upon you, assuming that you are the largest driving force for your brand. It's so important to understand yourself, especially being a spiritual business owner, because I've noticed that, especially women are more likely to reject themselves and their spirituality and their gifts. It's easier to just buckle down and have a very masculine energy to your approach in building your business, because that's what works. That's what's taught to us. When you go to school, that's what we're taught. When we look online and people tell their stories, that's what they did. When you read, 95% of the business books is written by white men. So when you're building your understanding of business and how to navigate, this entity that you've built, you're learning from people who may be opposite to your true nature, I guess. I know for me, it took me all my life to get to a point where I can accept that I'm a very spiritual person. And I remember even last year, I was like, God, I just want to be normal. I don't want to always have to do things so extra. To me, it was extra, but it's not extra. It's just who I am. For example, just hustle culture, and also having the pride behind struggling to get somewhere, or saying I made $8 million in 2 minutes. That type of energy, that's what I was aspiring towards. And I would work so hard. There were days I would work for 12 hours days and not get any return, because that's not my natural function. I'm a naturally spiritual person. So my functions to get a result is different. And if you're watching this video, just by way of who I'm aiming this video for, you're probably similar to me. And when we aren't aware of our natural function or default, or if we are aware of it and reject it, like I did, we are out of alignment. I know this is a channel about brand strategy and everything, but I'm really talking about the entity of business right now. There is a way to do business and to have success in what you're doing, and there's your way of doing things. But I already know that it contradicts everything you know. I'm always saying the people who come to work with me are the people who with ideas that don't make sense, that are people who are looking to change their brands, have a complete overhaul or restructure so that it can mirror the image that God gave them, which doesn't make sense. And the only reason why it doesn't make sense is because there's a comparison. You're looking at what you've built so far and what others are doing. But if the culture, the societal culture was for us to look inwards towards ourselves and to project our businesses from that area, there will be so much variety in the industry, in the marketplace, everything. And it wouldn't make sense, you know what I mean? But because it's not typical and it's not the standard of how things are done, it's easier to choose a path that has been paved already and to emulate what has already been successful. But to do that, being the spiritual woman founder and business owner that you are, is to reject yourself. I remember when I had my hair care brand, I was formulating this product. I called it the Edge Stick. And I had the idea that it could double as like a growth treatment and also layer edges without having to use polymers or anything, or PVP. It's just it was like a scalp oil but in stick form, but for your edges, and a slip in that. And I was looking around on the market, like I didn't see anyone doing it at the time. This was like, how many years ago? Probably 8 years ago that I was formulating this. And I remember just being so discouraged and I couldn't figure it out, and I was like, you know what, whatever. At that time I was formulating my own products. And fast forward to the past year or two, I've seen people coming out with those things. And it was so hard to trust my discernment in that area, because I knew that I was supposed to make that product. Whether I was going to be the first or I was just going to have the best one. I just knew that was supposed to be a part of my product line. But on paper, it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense for me on paper because I didn't have the experience of making that before. And I couldn't find anyone else who was doing it. And the business gurus would tell you that you should find a market that has already been done before, so you have proof of concept. And so I did exactly that. And I look back on my formulation notes and I really regret not at least working hard enough to get the formula intact, so whenever I'm ready to restart that brand, I can just go ahead and get it manufactured. I don't know if you're the same boat as me. I'm assuming you don't formulate your own products. I'm assuming that you are in a space where, I know you're in a space where you have this knowing that it's time. It's time to stop playing small. It's time to let go of the complacency. It's time to mirror the vision that God has given you and to bridge that gap between your brand as it is and the brand that it was always meant to be. Knowing that you right now, I'm going to have to tell you, you're going to have to stop rejecting yourself. There's a part of you, whether that be your strong-sided vision and imagination, your intuition and your perceptiveness, your creativity and your innovation, your natural innovation, whatever it is breaks some type of rules or goes against the grain in some way, or you've never seen it done before. But I'm telling you, you can't keep rejecting yourself, because it's showing up in your business. When you receive a divine download from God, or He tells you, or He shows you, or the universe gives you inspiration for how to build this business, and you look at it and you're like, nah, I can't do all that, or that's not how things are done, and you do it the opposite way because it's cheaper and it makes more sense, it's going to show up and you're not going to get the results that you were looking for. And you'll forever live with this knowing, because you're spiritual. Again, you're a very spiritual person. You're going to live with this knowing that something's not working, and it's not, because there's a standard of excellence for people like us. I believe there's a standard of excellence for everybody, and not everyone subscribes to it. I believe our standard of excellence is original wiring, back to the Garden of Eden. That's a whole different topic. But you have a standard of excellence, and it's the vision that God gave you. It's the vision that you had. It's the original ideas that you had, and they need to be executed. But they can't be executed if there are parts of your character, your personality, parts of your functioning, your natural functioning and way of doing things, if it's rejected. I personally believe that ideas aren't unique to anyone. They are entrusted with certain individuals. But if we were to refuse them, it would just be passed on to somebody else. Someone else would be able to pick it up. So I would really love to encourage you, just the fact that you're here tells me that it's time and you're ready. And if you are ready, I would definitely check the link in my description to download my free guide, the Spiritual Woman Founder's Guide to a Fully Actualized Brand. So you can go through the process of bridging the gap between your current reality of a brand and the brand that mirrors your God ordained and divine vision. But I would like to encourage you really to just know, like, there are, I don't know, I don't want to say that you're normal, because maybe you're not, I don't know. But I just want you to know that it's possible. There is a reality where you completely flip everything in your business and your brand, and you flip it to mirror what God originally gave you, and it works, and it's successful, and it's impactful and revolutionary, and it's a legacy brand, and it's an empire builder. There's a reality. The fact of the matter is, you have to believe that's possible. Because once you believe it's possible, the only thing that's stopping you is you and your commitment. Commit to it. In my last video, I spoke about what God taught me about commitment. God told me that commitment is shown or exemplified through a risk or an investment. Take a risk, make an investment into the fully actualized version of your brand. That's the best thing that you can do for yourself, especially as somebody who knows that they know has a higher standard of excellence that you're currently falling short of. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the guide. Don't forget to download yours. It's free once you put in your email. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.